What is a subtle sign that someone has been through something? Comment. 1. Disproportionate reactions. Their reactions to most things are normal or even low-key, but occasionally they have a huge response to something minor. Key sign of trauma. 2. This right here. And the one is usually because of the other. We are so used to any reaction resulting in more pain that we repress it and bottle it up, so our reaction to things is minimal. Then, finally, that thing happens that's an inch further away and you physically can't push it down anymore, and all that stifled emotion comes rushing out for something trivial. 3. Paying close attention to people's expressions and body language, especially to see if they are annoyed, angry, underreacting to things and over-explaining things that probably seem inconsequential to most. The first part is not wanting to make someone angry. Along with this, most underreact because any expression of unhappiness or anything that can be perceived as negative is usually taken as an invitation to be vented or for someone upset to displace their anger, and then you end up being the target of a tirade. Many people, myself included, over-explain things because it's a defense mechanism in anticipation of being yelled at or criticized very harshly because the other person is trying to put the blame on you, even for things that are out of your control. That's why one over-explains. Edit, as others mentioned, which I forgot because I've been actively working to counter them apologizing too much and, at least for me, not being able to joke around. People constantly point out that I take everything too seriously or that I don't laugh or joke well. It's because I've had times when someone has said something so ridiculous and illogical that I think it must be a joke. But they weren't joking and they got pretty mad, so from then on, I just took everything seriously and at face value because in the case that it wasn't a joke, at least they wouldn't yell at me. It's pretty scary when as a kid you're told something that seems absurd and you think it must be for comedic value and you react like that, but then it's hours of reprimands. It's like going into an ambush. You learn not to take chances. Also, thanks for the responses, comments and awards. I have thanked the generous awardees and explained, but I will say it here, it saddens me that people can relate to this. All your comments about seeing yourselves in this have been hard. But at the same time, I'm glad you all felt seen and understood. It is more important to me that you all realize that you are not alone in your experiences. I hope you are all doing better. 4. I just posted this above. A finely tuned radar for the emotions of others. Not just in faces. In footsteps, posture, voices, eyes, hands. If my mother came home and closed the door a certain way, I went out to play. If I was in my room and heard her come up the stairs a certain way, I knew to accept the slap and apologize. Why? Who knows? But anticipation gives time to run away or diffuse the conflict. 5. An unusually bad memory for the type of person she is. Edit, since this is getting so much traction, I'd like to list how I personally deal with this problem. It affects my attention and my ability to retain information, so I follow these steps to help me with that aspect. 1. Communication. Tell your friends. Make them understand that sometimes experiences don't stay with you even though you paid attention and enjoyed them. 2. Write down your activities and goals. You won't be left wondering what you did yesterday and what you wanted to do that day. Being able to refer to that information is a lifesaver, both literally and metaphorically. It helps me keep my sanity. 3. Review conversations and what you can learn from them. This is a good time to use the second tip. You can write down how you felt or how you interpreted the new information. I did this today, for example, as I am trying to learn how to set up commissions and bank accounts and so on. Spending extra time at the end of the day really helped me retain that information. 4. Progress is slow toward a normal memory. It has taken me about 10 years to be able to feel more like a functioning adult and less like a snail in my emotional capacity. I couldn't hold on to any information beyond what I needed to pass school tests and traumas. Recovering or repairing memory takes a long time, as does the healing process. 5. The most important thing is to understand your own self. It is similar to depression, which is very overwhelming and you cannot determine the exact source of your problem. Accepting this makes moving forward much easier, as you will spend less time beating yourself up for not having a tangible source of your problem and will have more energy to try to make the best of it, as it is the only thing you can do.